Hi there, I'm Matt Chandler, and welcome to Code the Future, where we delve into the stories, challenges, and successes of the leaders driving our software defined future. With me today is Dr. Rafik Goubran, a distinguished educator and engineer at the University of Carleton in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. Dr. Rafik Goubran has been instrumental in integrating QNX technology into the school's engineering and computer science curriculums with a view to making sure that the next generation of talent possesses the skills and technical know how to make an immediate impact on day one of their working careers, whether at an automaker or an aerospace company. And in a time where the demand for highly skilled software engineers continues to grow, programs like the one Dr. Rafik is leading have never been more important. Rafik, welcome to the show.
Welcome. Thank you.
To kick things off, I'd love to learn more about your journey to becoming a professor of engineering and maybe what, sparked your passion for the field.
Okay. So I've always been interested in fixing equipment and designing new ones. So engineering was a natural choice for me. After completing my PhD, I joined the Department of Systems and Computer Engineering here at Carleton as an assistant professor. Most of my research and development projects were done with students in close collaboration with industry. This, in my view, ensures that the work addresses real-world challenges and guarantees that the students get adequate state-of-the-art knowledge that enables them to excel in their careers. Regarding my own career, I became the department chair before eventually becoming the dean of the Faculty of Engineering and Design here at Carleton for over 10 years. Now, as Vice President Research and International, my role has broadened to oversee all research activities, including partnerships with industry leaders like QNX.
And when were you first exposed to QNX technology? How did you come across us?
I was first exposed to QNX in the late 90s, actually, and I had the opportunity to conduct some R&D projects with QNX in the area of echo cancellation, for example. We also collaborated on the use of QNX for patient monitoring in smart homes. The real-time nature of QNX and its reliability was a big factor in making this decision.
And what prompted the decision to, integrate QNX within the school's programs?
So, with the recent advances in sensor technologies and wireless communications, coupled with the maturity of AI and deep learning, I expect more and more real-time applications to emerge, especially in the areas of automotive systems, manufacturing, health, robotics, just to name a few. These applications require reliable real-time operating systems. With the dominance of QNX in critical real-time applications, it makes sense to integrate QNX in our labs and ensure that our students are exposed to it. I was very impressed to see and to learn about the extensive use of QNX in the automotive and medical sector. I was especially impressed to learn that QNX is embedded in more than 255 million vehicles worldwide, including BMW, Honda, Mercedes-Benz, Toyota, Volvo, among many others. I was also very impressed to learn that 9 of our 10 top medical device manufacturers and 8 out of 10 surgical robotics manufacturers use QNX.
And so how does students having that hands-on experience with QNX technology make sure that they're ready to make an immediate impact on day one once they've left the doors of Carleton and are in those an automaker or an aerospace company? How does that hand-on experience make them ready?
So at Carleton, we're using QNX in our real-time and embedded systems labs in various fields like computer science and computer engineering. Students from other disciplines such as mechanical, civil, biomedical, and aerospace engineering also have access to these labs. Carleton has experienced a significant growth in research, so our research funding has more than doubled during the past 6 years, reaching over $110 million per year. We're using QNX in some of our research labs, particularly in the area of autonomous systems, drones, medical devices, and in our patient monitoring lab. Carleton has a new building dedicated to industry partnerships, the Advanced Research and Innovation in Smart Environments, or ARISE building, houses major industry partners. We offer them long-term research partnership based on 3 pillars: Research and development is one pillar, talent development and community engagement. We do that through our holistic integrated partnership program. We expect that our partnership with QNX will enable more industry collaboration to explore new vertical markets and new opportunities. These partnerships give us a deep understanding of industry needs and also future trends. They enable us to modernize our lab to address the needs across many sectors, focusing on our strengths in health, sustainability, accessibility, and information and communication technology.
That's great. It definitely sounds like a lot of the areas are on the front lines of embedded software in terms of, where new grads can find opportunities once they're out there. Have your students had any opportunities to participate in any, competitions or hackathons where they can sort of put their skills and knowledge to the test yet?
Yeah. So Carleton student had a recent experience just a few weeks ago at Carleton's official hackathon, a series called CU Hacking. This took place over one weekend at CU Kanata, our facility in Kanata, and it included challenges hosted by QNX as a sponsor. In just 36 hours, over 300 students showcased their incredible talent and creativity by applying QNX hardware to build a new product or an example of how it could be applied or develop new software to run on QNX. These hackathons are very successful as they push students to create solutions on the spot. One of the winners used QNX.
That's fantastic. And so, speaking of winners, I mean, what does winning, what does success look like for this initiative? If you look down the road 5 years time, how do you judge it as success? Where do you hope your students are? What do you hope they're doing?
So certainly we want our students to be successful in the marketplace. So our students are very well equipped with a solid academic background, but more importantly, coupled with experiential learning and hands-on experience and using software and labs like the ones sponsored by industry allows them to excel in the workspace and become the leaders of tomorrow, whether they work in multinational enterprises, SMEs, or start their own businesses.
And now having had this exposure to QNX technology, have you found that there are any particular industries that your students are gravitating towards or, in terms of popularity or whatnot? Are there areas or certain fields where a lot of them are gravitating towards?
Well, I expect students to be gravitating towards emerging new cool sectors and applications. I see especially the areas of autonomous systems, the area of manufacturing, health technology, and robotics. These sectors all require real-time operating systems, and the preparation that the students had on QNX will help them go there. So I can imagine also my students would be excited to work for companies like Unix itself and the ones that you're collaborating with, especially with the growing fields in automotive and health. So leading tier automotive suppliers, for example, like Bosch, Continental, are a few examples that are on top of mind.
That's great. And what about the long-term impacts of this initiative on both the local and the global talent market? Can you speak to that a little bit?
Yeah, so from the market, like we're looking right now at global markets, and we think that the students will have an opportunity to work in various fields and application fields in this growing market of real-time operating systems, especially with the immersion of Internet of Things and other application, other startups that will come in the field.
Gotcha. So, I mean, you mentioned the Internet of Things and looking towards the future. Are there any particular trends or technologies that you're really excited about within the embedded software field?
Yeah, maybe we'll can talk a little bit there about the views of where technology is going and what is happening in the technology. So we're presently living a major technological revolution as opposed to the common evolution that we usually see on a regular basis. So there are three factors that lead me to believe that we are living a major technological revolution. The first one is advances in semiconductors. These are significantly reducing the size of the chips, their power consumption, while at the same time increasing their performance. So that led to the introduction of novel sensors that will collect a lot more data. So sensors can collect data about uh, temperature, humidity, pressure, biometrics, smell, and includes microphone, cameras, and so on. So there are more and more tiny sensors being available. And now the advances in semiconductor will also lead to the creation of new, very powerful chips with very low power consumption that will be able to process all of this data. And soon we'll see as well quantum chips coming in that will cause a major disruption in this area. So the first factor, I said the technological revolution. The first factor is the advances in semiconductor with the new chips coming up. The second one is the advances in wireless communications. That's allowing the data now to flow freely with very small latencies and delays to freely across the globe. Finally, the third point is artificial intelligence that will be able to use this data and will have the ability to process it and extract useful information from it. So now, with the introduction of those tiny, very powerful chips with the ability to communicate, AI will have a major role in changing things, in extracting new information, and changing the way we see things. So this major technological revolution will disturb the world as we know it today. So it will create winners, but it will also create losers. So in my view, some classical jobs will be reduced and new ones that are AI related jobs will emerge and will replace the positions that are gone. So certainly there will be a big shift from a society's perspective, from a technology perspective, and from an employment perspective.
Gotcha. Well, we'll have to have you on for another episode 5 years, down the road to see where this initiative is and see if some of your predictions have come to pass. But is there anything else, that we haven't already covered off with respect to the program? How you integrated the technology with it within the school, what the future might look like that we haven't already touched on that you think is worth sharing?
Yeah, sure. I would say that this thought about I would say human developers will always continue to be vital in advancing new technologies and to adapt AI, deep learning, machine learning to the evolving needs of industry as more vertical markets will emerge and some, unfortunately, will disappear. And I look forward actually to enhancing and expanding the partnership between Carleton and QNX. We are all located in the national capital, we're both located in national capital region, and that will enable us to be global leaders in talent development in the area of real-time systems.
That's great, and we're thrilled to be working with you, and there's obviously a huge demand for this kind of talent, so, there's no better place to start than at Carleton, right? But, as always, our final question, if you could give your younger self a piece of advice when you were starting out in the industry based on what you know now, what would it be and why?
The main thing is to be, collaborative, open, and to be modest as well, because what we know could change with new technologies coming in and new ideas appearing. So it's good to always be up to date and to upgrade ourselves in terms of technology, but also to collaborate and work together because that will create a fantastic work environment and will lead to creativity and innovations.
Excellent advice. Rafik, thank you so much for the time. Looking forward to seeing, how our partnership evolves
Thank
over
you.
the
It's
next
a
couple of
pleasure,
years.
and we look forward to the thriving and successful partnership between Carleton University and Phoenix.
Great.